Hiya folks, this is me again. What you're about to see is my latest video. This was, I did this after I realised I forgot to say something in my original video. So I've done this and I'll paste it onto the front of the video. I just want to give a shout out to a new channel on the VC. It's called It's All About Metal and the guy is called Pontus. Please give him a subscription or a like, or go over and visit his channel. If you like Swedish metal, him obviously being Swedish is showing some great stuff. Some I've heard and some I ain't, and it's going to be an education watching that channel because there's a lot of good metal coming out of Sweden at the moment. But please give him a sub folks and go over and visit him. So this is just like the preliminary feature, you know. I hope you got your popcorn ready and your hot dog and your can of Coke or something stronger, and enjoy the main show, the main event. See you folks. Hello folks, this is Steve here. Hope everybody's okay. Firstly, I apologise the way I sound. Everybody's got cold here. It hasn't stopped raining in the UK for about 2 weeks. We've had a couple of days off and it's dreadful. But I want to show you a lot of records I've got today, mainly from Metal Mickey. But I bought a couple myself, so it's going to be an action-packed show, as they said. The first record is this one. This is the second album from London. Now London, I think Nicky Six played for them, a Motley Crue, but a lot of people played for this band, and I'm sure it was Nicky Six's band, but he's not on this album. But what's so interesting about it are 2 tracks, Oh Darling, which is a Beatles cover version, and also From Whom the Bell Tolls. Now that record was co-written with Blackie Lawless out of Wasp, and I think that record appeared on the Headless Children, but it's definitely Blackie Lawless composition. And you've got Oh Darling as well, which was Beatles song, but I can't remember this band back in the day, but it's just got an amazing album cover. It's glam metal, sort of that, where they're all dressed up like women. They weren't very macho in them days. It was right. I think it was a contradiction. I don't know, but they used to smatter themselves in lipstick and that. But I mean, I think Twisted Sister started all that off, or he was copying it off somebody else. But it seemed a bit of a contradiction to me. I think that's what they were after. The second record is a band called Wrathchild, which is the UK Wrathchild. I think this is their second album as well. I've shown the US version. You've got Wrathchild America, Wrathchild UK, because of something, it was over the band's name or something. But I'm really happy to have this one in the collection, and this is the track listing at the back and all that stuff. It's really pretty cover as well. The next one I got, this is Adrian Smith. This one is Adrian Smith and Project. That's what it meant. And it's a very interesting album, because I think it was the only album that Adrian Smith did when he left Iron Maiden, or he got out of Iron Maiden. Now this is a very interesting album because it's got Zach Starkey on drums, who's Ringo Starr's son from the Beatles, who we've just discussed. But yeah, what I got this album was out of curiosity, because I actually remembered when it came out. I think it was 1989. And I used to thumb through the bins, but I always used to ignore this record, and I was really, really curious to see what it sounded like. It's got some naked women in the inside cover as well, which is it is controversial to me. But if you like that sort of thing in your heavy metal, fair enough. But no, personally, I think it just cheapens it. But there you go. That's Adrian Smith out of Iron Maiden, and it was a side project he did. Seriously apologise, as I say, everybody's sick at the moment. Now Greg the Egg, he held up this CD, and this was Lita Ford, and I'm not going to show you it because I'm a massive Lita Ford fan. When she started out, she was in a band called the Runaways, and I picked up this record for a £5. It's the Runaways live show in New York, '78, and this is a gig they did at New York on their third album. And basically, it wasn't long before they split up. You had Joan Jett, Lita Ford. They had all kinds of band issues. The bass player had just come in, Vicky Blue, and that's the record there. I've been listening to it non-stop. I think Greg would love this, but the quality's amazingly good considering it's a live recording. But unfortunately, it was a band that wasn't going to last the distance. And also interesting, when Joan Jett did this, she had the flu along with Lita Ford. Then Lita Ford went on to be a soloist, and she made a lot of solo albums which were really, really good. So yeah, it's just a great album for a price. I don't know what it is with Runaways material, it always seems to be so expensive. The next record again will cost me about a £5, and this is one of my favourite bands. This is Hammerfall's second album. This album is just pure brilliance. It's just 100 out of 10 I'd give it. And this is another one I purchased for the collection. As I say, it was a cheap CD, and that's the track listing at the back. Absolutely amazing record if you haven't got it, but it does half shred, I tell you. It's just absolutely everything you want to hear in a metal rock album in that CD. Now, Rene Holsper, he had an interesting show the other day, because he was holding up a German band called Brainstorm, and I was very, very curious because I've sort of heard a lot about this band, but I've never actually picked up their stuff. And when I saw how cheap it was to buy, I just sort of nabbed it. And the only unfortunate thing is I haven't got round to playing any of it yet. I've been playing other stuff, and you know how it is. You sort of get your pile, and you sort of think, oh no, I'll give this another go. So I guess I'm wrapping a couple. The first one I got was that one. That looks interesting. I've never had a bad German band yet, but if Renee says they're good, it's going to be awesome. But I always used to see them about, but I never pulled the trigger. And I've just dropped something. Sorry, folks. This is the next one I got. It's got a cracking cover on this. Downburst, it's called, or something. Again, I might give them a listen to in a minute. And the next one's the one with the DVD in it, and it's a pack, and that only cost about £3 or £4. And you get a DVD in this one, and you get a nice little book with it as well. It's one of those book things you get. Yeah, sorry I'm all over the place a bit. The next but last, I got this CD. Well, I've had this CD for ages, and this is the Blind Guardian. Is something of the spheres, Live Beyond the Spears, or something, Spires, and I bought this. Anyway, Metal Mickey contacted me and got hold of this. This is the box set of the album, and hard to believe there's 4 records on this box set, and that's all on the front what you get, and this costs £14, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, these are stupidly expensive, and I can't afford to buy them. I know Iron Maiden have got one out. It's about over £300. I saw it in the record store. Not me, but when Metal Mickey said you can have all this for £14, I just jumped at it. It's just an amazing bargain. Sorry about the glare, but yeah, that's everything at the back, and I was just absolutely shocked when I saw that. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry it's a short show today. As I say, we are struggling a bit here. Just hope it rains, but people have got worse weather than I have. But it's a problem with the UK. We live in a temperate weather, and we're probably the only country in the world where in the space of 2 minutes you get 6 different weather types. And my cousins in South Africa are shocked, because in South Africa you're pretty well guaranteed the weather every single day. And when they come over here, they never leave the bed because they've always got the flu and God knows what else. They can't handle all the temperature changes. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.